Well, hello the internet, it's Ghost here, and welcome to episode 32 of Minecraft Creative, in which today we are back on that little deserty section of our current, kind of, I guess, big project, because even though it's a lot of small builds, it is one big project. Anyways, I'm recording voiceovers on a Friday for once in my life, because I'm off to an air show tomorrow, on Saturday the 7th. I'm back at Duxford, and assuming all goes to plan today, I am going to finally have started rolling out Ghost Goes Places, because I've come to the realisation that I've done a lot of stuff recently I haven't rolled out. I mean, we have footage going back to January. So things will be starting to come out now. It's going to be a little bit out of order potentially if I decide something's got to get uploaded sooner or so on and so on. I think theoretically I'm just going to keep it in order and go with it and provide exposition at the start of episodes. But anyway, now that my screen has caught up and I can actually see what's going on, I am doing the layout for something. Oh, I'm building the little kilns because I decided there needed to be somewhere that things like bricks could be made, because I use a lot of that in my builds and it doesn't make sense that there's never anywhere that this can be made. Realistically, the things I'm about to make look more like pizza ovens than anything, but we go with it. Anyways, talking about the current block palette I'm using, other than the sandstone and the oak, I am working with packed mud, and then the packed mud in brick form, as well as some, I think it's brown mushroom, not terracotta, that I'm using to add a little bit of extra texture. And I'm trying to build this arch up here and put in more detail to it using those walls so that there's sort of an indent on either side. I really am trying to get better at just kind of taking risks with my builds and seeing how it goes, but I have to say, on the scale of things, it does kind of scare me a little, but that's why Minecraft is such a great thing, especially Minecraft in creative mode. I don't have to worry about constantly having to break everything and rebuild it, because I have infinite resources, which is always lovely. So here's the little fire kiln thingies. And then apparently I stared at the inventory for a while deciding what I wanted to grab. I scrolled through it looking for various bits and then settled on getting buttons, apparently. I don't quite remember why I put buttons on the floor. I think I thought maybe they're like stray bricks that have been made. And then I also went in and added plenty of different pots and whatnot to try and whatnot. Why do I phrase it like that? Adding in lots of little bits of like clutter. I'm cluttering sections up on this so that it looks lived in, because I do realise a lot of the time I have really nice big wide streets with just nothing in it, which doesn't not make sense, but it also doesn't make sense if, you know, this is a really busy main street, there's lots of people coming through here. Why isn't there stuff? Why aren't there little like barrels of fruit outside shops and things that people can get? It's trying to bring this to life. I do, however, realise that I do need to texture up that floor, but I don't think I'm going to. I also wanted to use resin in this build, and trying to incorporate that with something that wasn't just resin, I decided to put in redstone lamps, put in some detailing on the front of this building. I'm not super keen on it, but I don't completely dislike it. And then I added in a bunch of glass, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it. The way I have now constructed the interior of this house is a bit janky. It's a bit odd. I don't really know why I didn't just leave it. And I also discovered I couldn't just have a minecart going back and forth. It didn't want to do that, which was sad. I would have liked to have it so that it was just constantly going up and down, but I imagine when the chunks get unloaded that would probably break. So it was probably a good thing that I didn't do that anyways. Instead, I opted to use daylight sensors at some point. There we go, daylight sensors. And alternate them so that the lights would change when it went to night. There's no real logical meaning behind why they do that. I just decided that was fun and that's what I wanted to do. And this is my Minecraft world. I went in and built the first little bit of the apartment. I believe I ended up breaking through that wall in a minute to build in the other side. Yeah, I did, didn't I? I then put in a bit of glass so that the daylight sensors would work and covered the rest of it up with slabs and turned it into a bedroom. I imagine it'd be quite annoying to have the lights on in here to sleep, but oh well. I will just pretend that they get curtains or something. It's fine, and it pre-lights that room for me. I then used scaffolding for windows. I've been trying... pardon me. I've been trying to use the scaffolding for windows more, because I've seen it be used in quite a lot of builds. I think I first started seeing it being used by B-dubs on Hermitcraft, and I went, oh, I'm going to try that. If you're new to this channel, this is how I learn everything. I look at something that gets built on, say, Hermitcraft or Misadventures. Occasionally The Realm. I haven't watched anything to do with The Realm in a long time. Is The Realm still going? I can't remember if The Realm is still going. And I'd watch stuff like that and go, okay, I want to try that little thing and see how that works. And try and use that to improve my builds. I don't quite know if it's working. I think some of it is. I've had a few kind of successes. I'm really happy with the composition of this section. I think it does look a little weird next to what I've built, but what I've already built, but I'm kind of just going with it and accepting it for what it is. But yeah, there's that. I then wanted to build a hedge. This ended up not being a hedge and becoming a waterfall. Two completely identical things after all, aren't they? A hedge and a waterfall. And I built this little pool thing, and this would end up just kind of proving as a bit of annoyance in a later build, because I couldn't work out how to blend everything, and I didn't do the landscaping then, and I had to do it all later on, and I like causing myself problems. Anyways, to be fair, this land did need a bit of terraforming. Is this the best place to be building what I'm building the way I'm building it? No. Am I tearing down an entire mountain? Also, no. Who do you take me for? Someone who's going to put in effort to terraforming when I need to film, say, like 4 more videos? No. Oh, I need to film up to episode 40. Because I'm going on holiday, and I'm currently panicking over the fact that I have 2 particularly important deadlines coming up. And I've got to make sure that I meet them before I go. And I need to have everything done by the 27th of June. Because I go on the 28th. Which is fun. It's exciting. I'm very excited to where I'm going. I'm going to France and Belgium. That will be another episode of Ghost Goes Places. So as we draw to the end of this episode, the final block palette I used was some of these warpwoods and some coral. And then kept changing around where I put them because I couldn't decide where I liked it. But yeah, that is effectively the last, I think, little detail that I did. So on the topic of Ghost Goes Places, if you do want to stick around, there's going to be plenty of that starting to roll out, theoretically on a once-a-week basis, assuming I actually get on with it today. And I will see you all again in the next video. If you have enjoyed my rambling, do make sure to like and subscribe. We do this twice a week. Goodbye, the internet.